Alright, gang of the welcome back to the world of the White Lotus Society. Um I realize now that I have to pull up my notes on a separate tab. So we're starting off with everything being fucked because I have to turn off the window capture on the screen for a second so that I can move my notes over. So that's pretty funny. But anyways, so last time we what did we do? Last time we met Graham. We went on a journey in the underworld to meet Graham. We went out of our way to uh this what the fuck is what okay. All right, whatever, bro. So everything's exploding and falling apart. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything is okay. Everything is okay and I will not freak out. But
How do I do it?
oh, don't do it.
/r space 3D100.
So turn this back on.
Oh.
Anyways, yeah, last time we met Graham, we went on a journey to in the underworld to meet Graham. Lemisk met with a corrupted version of Fourth Scythe. It seemed to be his spirit inside of a chimera-like body, and cleansed him using the power of miracles. We had Crosswise and Osei make it through, honestly, a pretty tame journey on their end, to just make it through like a kind of like trapped in time like maze that existed on their side. Met with Graham, and then Graham told them about one Conda, a giant corrupted living weapon that Lake Lemisk and Chronos had run into on the way here. And about the Eyes of Solomon being stuck in the city, the lost city that now exists in the underworld that fell out of the world above. So, here we are. You guys walk out of the room with Graham, dip out. You know, you're heading out because you got to be fast about everything that's about to happen. And upon exiting, I want everybody to roll me wisdom. Mm-hmm. Wow. Uh, okay, well, everybody collectively rolled high enough, so it's fine. You guys can detect that in the direction of Kondo, which would be where Lake Lemisk and Chronos came from, you guys saw him walking past this giant towering nightmare that extended into the sky past the like not hundreds, dozens of dilapidated skyscrapers that existed. Kind of just going on an aimless quest. He pointed you guys to where Graham was. And you guys can detect that approaching his location is one of the dreamers that is here and kind of tracking you guys down. So, with that being the case, you guys also detect two in the distance. Kind of. No, not close actually. They're in the same direction that Crosswise and Osei came from, but they've been lost in like the time maze that exists over there. And so you guys basically get told by Graham, like, hey, we gotta be fast making it to Conda, so you guys head over there. You guys begin making haste there. And I want you guys to roll 3 D100s for me, raw D100s. Oh god, you're making me do extra math. Okay, let me pull up my calculator. Alright. So, because this is for encounters, so. Plus this. Osei, roll a D100. Let me. Alright, that passes. The first one passes. The second one. Okay, second one passes. Osei doesn't even need to roll that. The third one definitely passes as well. He doesn't need to. Wait. Osei, roll for me, but it's kind of a formality because it's very likely that you roll that low. Yeah. So no encounters on the way there. You guys make it very fast to Konda's location, realizing that you're cutting through the buildings in the same way that Lake Lemisk and Chronos got here. And while it's not the necessarily the fastest route, it avoids all of the souls and apparitions that exist here. And you guys make it to Konda very quick. Upon getting there, Graham looks to all of you and informs you of there being like, you guys basically have a choice here. You can choose to, let him activate Konda and just you guys can full gun it towards where you need to go, or you can maybe try to take care of this dreamer if you so wish. That's up to you.
My vote would just be get to Konda.
I was gonna say we just press through, yeah.
Okay. Alright. So, if that is the case, then
Mango, get out the underworld.
yeah, you guys get to Konda, and Graham begins kind of doing a ritualistic type chant and starts casting a spell for Konda. And Konda's eyes begin to change form and look more akin to, and because Konda has like holes where eyes should be, but there aren't eyes there. And his eyes begin to form more into like what Lake would recognize as like similar to Lapidus. And as this occurs, Konda begins shifting form kinda and becomes slightly smaller, still huge, but slightly smaller, probably like the size of one of these buildings now. And his eyes begin to glow as he turns toward all of you guys and looks towards like the east, down just like the roads that are in front of you. And my bad, somebody needs something. God damn, why y'all gotta, whatever. Anyways, you guys begin making your way in that direction as he picks all you up. You see that his eyes kind of function as like, I guess you could say like a tracker. And he begins moving very fast, which is, different from the very slow pace at which he walked before. And you guys begin moving forward through broken buildings scattered in the street. You begin making it through just buildings that might just be in the way, stepping over other nightmare creatures that exist. And you make your way past, like, eventually you're out of the city and begin to enter the wilderness that has taken over this area. As you head towards presumably the ocean, like you were informed by Graham, although it is not visible. While you are on top of Conda, did I have a, hold on. I did not. Okay. I was wondering if I had made a token for Conda or not. It's not necessary. I was just wondering if I did. I had to look. And I need you guys to roll encounter for me again. You got through the first one, so roll me a D100.
Oh, I thought that was. Oh my god! Thank God. I thought those three were the other three. I was like, we're definitely doing this. We're still definitely doing this encounter.
So, let me do the math here. There is this, boom, plus this, plus this, plus this. If Crosswise didn't roll like God, you guys would have had an encounter.
Thank you, goat.
I got you.
And you guys move forward. The signatures of the dreamers that you guys felt are getting left further and further behind. Although it did seem like the one that you detected that was near Konda's location when you originally got to him before you guys headed out of the city, like jetted out. This motherfucker is moving fast. Which doesn't really make any sense. You do recognize that that signature is tailing you guys. Very far away. Obviously doesn't have a mode of transport as fast as you guys do currently. But that motherfucker is pulling up on y'all. The other ones...
Does it feel familiar to me at all?
Crosswise? Everybody can roll wisdom for the signature that this dreamer has, actually. That's a good question.
Osei, you gotta bail us out.
Well, it's different for everybody. It's just to see if any of you
Roll
know.
what
No,
again?
I know. I'm just
Rolling wisdom.
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 The only one who this feels familiar to at all is Lemisk. Lemisk cannot tell why this feels familiar, but he can tell that this is a signature that is very much like his own.
Okay. Fair enough.
Man. Nephews. Niece. That signature feels
Calling Mary niece is hilarious.
pretty familiar. Can't put my finger on it. It's kind of like me. Kind of weird.
You say that, and Forsyth looks at you and begins nodding his head, like agreeing with you. And you guys have the information that, like, when you were talking with Forsyth when he was writing stuff down, obviously he can't do that here. But when he was writing stuff down before and he said that there was something evil, like, in the direction of Konda. And he points at his neck, which does seem to have like a scar on it, like a very deep wound scar.
Mm.
And he points towards the direction of that being.
Oh my god.
And ooh. I do wonder if Forsyth would have a way to communicate this, actually. Hold on, I'm trying to think for a second.
Could I use World of Forms to bend reality so this guy has a throat? Or can vocal cords?
Protoforms, the skill could potentially. Roll wisdom for me. It seems that the power used to hurt him and prevent him from speaking is power that transcends the power of your world of forms, which kind of makes sense if this guy's a dreamer.
Whatever that is, hurt Farsight. So I mean, it's kind of far, but you might got to deal with that at some point.
I guess we'll proceed, but be wary of if he gets any closer. You'll, Lemisk, let us know.
Oh shit! I'm trying to think of if Forsyth would have any way to communicate this thought. I can roll a d100 for it. Okay.
Is he literate? He can.
Well, he can't speak is the problem.
I know, that's why I said writing.
Yeah, but we don't have anything to write with is the problem.
I have a notepad.
Do you?
Yeah, I keep one in character the whole
Oh
time.
yeah, you do actually. Yeah. Yeah, you can hand him that.
Sure.
You hand him the notepad. And Forsyth writes this name on the paper.
Whoa!
I show it to Lemisk and I say, is he a distant cousin or?
Lemisk, that is the name of the son who set you up.
That's my boy.
Your baby. That's good. You
The
can
one that
convince
killed my
him.
wife.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Maybe led with that one. Lake. I know that you are good with family drama. Do you have any ideas?
No. Oh. I mean, my dad didn't even really technically kill my mom, and I don't fuck with him.
See.
That's
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have much experience.
I'm an only child, so.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Did you ask?
I don't know, actually.
Oh god.
It's fine. We'll take care of him later.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Unc, I will smoke him. Well, actually, that seems like a you thing.
He said, I will
Let me know.
smoke. Hey, let me know. I will go. Take his ass out. Just say the
no
word.
worries. We'll do whatever we can to help you out, Lemisk. If it involves detainment, and I uncoil a chain,
You named
could wrap
him,
him in
or
this,
that's a new name he picked for himself?
Oh yeah, I named him.
Yeah, that's definitely his name.
Great name. Great name.
Makes sense to me. 2 letters, just like yours.
Yep.
And
Uh,
I can have Forsyth write some extra. So what is known by Lemisk is that while he was in prison, there was a this is lore refresher. While he was in prison, he was originally supposed to be a member of, because Forsyth used to run one of the squads in the Slayer Corps, and his squad was just named after himself because he was actually a rival boss to the Lemisk family, or the Kyojin Syndicate, I believe they're called. And he there was originally, like, when Lemisk first got imprisoned, Forsyth like went out of his way to try to make a deal with Lemisk, like, as, like, out of respect, to get him out early if he would agree to, like, become a member of his team, not join his organization, but to specifically join his team, which is what got him out of prison early to join the Slayer Corps in the first place, is why he's on you guys' team. And he, in that time period, the deal happened, so it was guaranteed to happen. The commissioner let it through. However, in that time, Forsyth was killed in a duel by Symisk. And Symisk was seen as like a up and coming rookie, like he was seen as like everybody wanted him, but after killing Forsyth, he vanished. So so that's like the whole thing going on here. Is Forsyth, you can kind of gather that Forsyth has been used as an experiment to kind of become a, like, whatever he is now, and was brought to the group as, like, a trophy by Symisk to be used as, like, hey, let me in, this is powerful man we can use. And so they let him in exchange for Forsyth as an experiment. So there, it's a whole thing.
Proud of my boy. I won't lie. I will not lie. Oh well. Let's play one last game of tag.
Oh shit.
We'll deal with him later.
So while all of this is happening, you guys skip through all of the nightmares in the area. This Konda has a one-track mind. He is moving forward as fast as he possibly can. And you guys have been going through, honestly, pretty beautiful scenery. You're seeing, like, now that it's not all the destroyed buildings, you're seeing a lot of nature. You're actually seeing some life. There are animals out here that aren't, like, corrupted that you've seen. Some birds flying by. You've seen some animals grazing through the forest at, like, small streams and stuff as you've just fucking pedaled it through on Konda. And as you guys keep moving forward, you see this light begin shimmering in the sky above. Way above. Like, if you were to really pay attention in your head, even though you can't see the bottom of the world above, you get the feeling that it is a light stemming from there. It's not too dissimilar to the feeling of, like, the whatever was going on in the Chained Lance with the, like, breaking of the sky and the light coming down. And upon seeing this light, Crosswise and Chronos, and Mary, I guess, technically, can all detect that this is the opening of Avalon.
It seems we're approaching Avalon.
as you guys move forward and you see this light, it has no, it's like a huge light. So it's not like it's necessarily marking a point, but more so that it's just like a sign that the gate is being opened. And you guys finally make it to the edge of the water. You see an expansive ocean in front of you, and Konda's just booking it. And you guys stop when you get to the edge of the water, as this light that you guys have seen growing and growing in the sky has resulted in like cracks forming in the sky above you now, actually. And then finally they close like they did in the Changelands. As you reach the edge of the ocean, and Konda puts all of you guys on the ground for a moment and points towards a certain direction in the water. It doesn't really matter because you guys are basically being led there anyways. But he points to a specific spot in the water, and you see him begin transforming into a kind of weird half living weapon, half living being organism that exists in front of you, although his form doesn't make much sense. Obviously, it's this giant walking nightmare creature, not too dissimilar from Lapidus. He's kind of like incomprehensible in a way. But you see him turn into what appears to be a great sword. Or at least half of his body, as it begins slithering down towards the water until finally stopping to a point above it. And then as it touches the water, you see a giant cut erupt in front of all of you that cuts a path in the water towards this, like, what looks to be ancient destroyed city lying at the bottom of the ocean on this path that he has pointed you down. And as his transformation ends, his eyes begin glowing again. And he begins doing a chant. Not too dissimilar to what you heard from Graham when he was activating him. As he creates this giant bubble that begins enveloping over all of you. And then he turns into, he begins, like, turning back into his normal big self. The very slow version of himself. And he starts walking down this path and puts both arms to either side of himself to hold the water in place and allow you guys through. And you guys are granted passage into this lost city, and can begin to move forward.
Thank you.
That's a big man.
Huge. He is a giant.
Big man. Big guy.
And upon you guys making it through, you begin making this trek towards the lost city. And upon getting there, or upon, like, beginning to enter the lost city, we're not gonna make you roll for anything or anything here. He's holding the water. You're good. Upon making your entrance into the lost city, you roll wisdom for me, everybody, yet again, because you knew you were being tailed before. You guys can tell that this being will be approaching, like, not anytime soon, but he's not too far behind. So you guys begin kind of taking it pretty fast to make sure that you can enter the lost city in time, because you might not have a way out once you get there. And as you guys enter the city,
1 second.
mm,
I would like to create a World of Forms body double of me just standing there. Kind of like a clone.
okay.
Like a shadow clone.
Yeah. You can do that. You just roll me wisdom. We'll see how like strong this copy is.
Right.
Well, I can just add your wisdom to that. So okay, so it's like a decently strong copy. You pay me some mental for that. Oh yeah, we'll say that you guys all rested while Kondo was bringing you guys here, by the way. But Lemisk, give 50 mental for the Shadow Clone.
And like I want like to function like a shadow clone, you know. So like I get the memory of fighting him.
You get the memory of fighting him. He will not be as strong as you. I'll tell you that. He's not that much of a Shadow Clone.
Well,
Simply because you didn't roll like crazy high, but it can be memory linked to you. That's fine. All of your illusions are linked to you in a way.
okay.
So, like that's fine. So you guys enter this city, and upon entering it, it's like you enter the gate of it, and it's a domed city. For plot convenience. It's a domed city, and you guys enter through the gate, and you realize on the inside that it is much, much bigger than it once appeared on the outside. And as you enter, Graham turns to all of you and says, alright, so, here's the deal. This city is actually multi-layered. So, we're on the surface level right now, but this city currently goes far, far deeper. Probably about 3 or 4 levels. My body is on the 3rd level. So, once you guys have my body, we can track down where the eyes of Solomon are, because I should be able to do that according to the stat sheet that I have written. So but I will say on the surface level, most of the stuff here is pretty tame. There aren't many things that we can fight here. Once you get to the deeper levels, though, some real monsters. See, the reason this city was sent under the water, originally by Solomon, before it came crashing down to the underworld, was because the inhabitants were considered damned. They were considered, what would I say? Like, threats, kind of. But fill them with the magic of the underworld, then they become monsters. So, I'd say try to find some stuff here on the surface level that might be able to help you going forward. Because you might need it. So, you guys can explore this surface level before going deeper into the area that you're in, deeper in the city. The surface level and the first level are like pretty tame. I wouldn't consider them, there's the reason the map isn't here yet. I wouldn't consider them a dungeon, but level 2, 3, and 4 I would consider like dungeons, like it's like a whole thing. So, you know, you get the ability to explore this first level of the city before heading any deeper to see if there's anything that might be like useful moving forward, maybe information, maybe, you know, see if there's anything here.
I'll look around.
You look around. Go ahead and roll me dex. Go ahead and roll me dex. Any idea what you're looking for? I mean, you were AFK, but essentially he was just explaining that the city that you're in has multiple layers. There might be stuff on this surface level that can help you moving forward. Because stuff gets dangerous once you get to level 2 and onwards.
Yeah, I guess I'm looking around for like, I guess, evidence of like how encounters maybe go by here. So like if there are certain creatures that are native here, maybe I see slash marks, or I see, you know, to get an idea of what type of fighting style they might have.
So that is a good point. So yeah, roll me dex. Roll me dex.
The fuck is happening? Okay, that was wobbled. Okay.
That's a good roll. So you find some books on the people that inhabited the city. So Graham did explain that all of the quote-unquote monsters that are here are people that were inhabitants of the city. The city was damned by Solomon because they were deemed threats, for whatever reason. Wasn't explained why. But you find like a old library that details some of the history of this place through like 2 or 3 books worth of information. And you realize upon reading that a lot of these people were either like members of kind of a cult that kind of worshipped Solomon, or they were witches of some sort that knew too much. Essentially, everybody that lived in the city knew too much about like the connection between the underworld and the world above. So
I see.
a lot of the stuff here does seem to be magic oriented, because a lot of the people were magic oriented. If you were gonna run into any, like, there are enemies that could be potentially physically skilled, but if that were the case, it's just because they're corrupted in nightmares now.
Yeah.
But a lot of what you can tell happened around here was magic inclined. Because it is a city, technically you guys can try to like scavenge for supplies if there is any. If there's like something you have in mind.
Are there any like landmarks that would be worth taking a picture of?
That's a great point. Roll me dex.
What was I rolling?
Well,
do I find any books on like or anything religious?
Yes, you would, because this was a cult town. We'll get to that in a second. So Lake, there is a tower that is rather large, near like the corner of the city. And you don't know what its purpose is, but it does seem to be some sort of like magical site. It feels as if there's magic flowing through the area there. You can tell because it's obviously been corrupted at this point, so it feels very nightmarish in nature now, but it probably wasn't once upon a time. So you can take a picture of that tower if you want.
Gotcha. Yeah, I will do.
Yeah, and you can just get that picture. It's standing still. It's a building. You're good. So Lemisk, you come across multiple books about the people here. You come across a church. There is a lot here for you. So the people here were a cult that worshipped Solomon. And a lot of what they learned was stuff that Solomon didn't want them to learn. And like he wanted as many followers as possible because he originally became a deity out of like vanity because he wanted power. But a lot of the people here found out too much about what he did and they respected him for it, which would be good if they weren't risks of like people in the outside world finding out about what he did. That being the connection between the underworld and the world above, where he basically created a new world because he damned this one. And you see books on like history of stuff in even the world above that's like forbidden, essentially. Stuff about dreamers are here. And roll wisdom for me. Or actually roll int for me. Roll int for me.
Oh, please. Please.
That's a good roll. So you do get enough information to piece together, specifically from a giant monastery that you find, that inside of this city was once the like all of the quote unquote pieces of Solomon were here, his physical body. And that makes sense considering you know that the eyes are here. But that doesn't make sense entirely because you know that the body of Solomon was in Numidia. So there is a strange connection between this place and Numidia. And you also learn that Solomon, as a dreamer, did give fractions of his power to those who were devout followers of him, allowing them to obtain dreamhood themselves. However, it was usually at a cost of them losing something like physically. So yeah, you find out a lot about like the religious practices of people who used to worship Solomon and how he was seen, and the history of what he did. Granted, you know a lot of it. You knew a lot of it going into this, anyways. But what does catch your eye is, of course, the connection between divinity and being granted access to the powers of a dreamer. Because it seemed like some high-ranking officials in this cult might have been able to do so. Is there anything else that anybody would like to do here?
This is interesting. Solomon's a fraud.
Solomon's a fraud. Solomon, I mean, I won't hold you. Solomon is a little bit of a fraud. I mean, you kind of knew that from Commissioner Samuel, where he was talking about like how he feels like there's a chance that Solomon regrets everything that he did now, but at the time, like he just did shit for gain, and he was like very just pure use of power, show of force. I just do what I want. Like that's why Lapidus ended up like trapped in the underworld, and that's why like the Dreamers disbanded, and why the Living Weapons exist is because he was like just nonchalantly being like, yeah, let me put the spirits of dead heroes into like weapons and call it a day and let them ruin the earth, stuff like that. So you do have all of that knowledge from what Commissioner Samuel talked about with Solomon being somebody who worked directly with him. And obviously if you did have any questions, you could ask Mary because she was there as well as a dreamer.
element.
Use.
A false god. However, I will use his wisdom to elevate my practice moving forward. I will succeed where he failed.
Not a bad idea. Anybody else like to do anything here? And if not, then I mean y'all
I
can
think
just...
I want to pay another 50 mental.
Another
Put another clone
put another clone where?
here.
Okay. Yeah, here. Okay, I see what you're doing. Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, pay the 50 mental. You leave another clone here. Roll me wisdom again. We'll see how strong the clone is. This clone is gonna be slightly weaker than the other one. So you guys reconvene after exploring this place and get the information from Crosswise about how there's a lot of history of witches here and how there's a lot of magically inclined people that lived here, and the enemies ahead would more than likely be magic based. And then you guys everybody roll dex just to see if you can find where the exit into the next level is, into level 1. Ooh. Let's see. I mean, yeah. So Crosswise and Lemisk see it. You guys explore the town a little bit, and in your exploration, you do find that there is a building, like a giant, like a Greek Parthenon. How it's like kind of, it's this giant building, but it's open. You guys see this, and you walk up a set of stairs that leads up into it, and as you do, you notice that there is a mechanism in it that basically works as an elevator down via the ground. So you guys can move forward into floor 1. And as you do that, Lemisk, roll wisdom again for your connection to the first clone. Okay, so you can feel what's happening to the first clone, but you cannot see what's going on. You don't have the vision of what the clone sees, but you can tell, not like physically, obviously you're not feeling the physical pain of what's happening, but you can tell in your mind that there are attacks being made towards this clone and that it is fighting something.
Like hand to hand?
Hand to hand, yeah. Correct. Well, it's more defensive. The clone is actually more so defending itself and dodging attacks than it is trying to directly attack whatever is fighting it.
Okay.
Because the idea is that the first clone is trying to, because you rolled over 50 on it, it's trying to gather as much data as it can before being defeated for your brain to know.
Okay.
The second clone obviously is below 50, so it's just gonna fight whatever. But yeah, that's what the main point of that roll is. So you can tell that the clone is fighting as you guys make your way down into the first level, which is more exploration based, but it feels like the way into the next level might be a little less obvious than the last time. So, as you guys make it into level 1, quote unquote, the first level of this city, you, Lemisk, do feel like the fight with your clone ends. Roll int for me.
Miracle roll?
Yeah, it's a miracle roll. It's a 99. Miracle roll. The attacks replay in your mind exactly as they were. And you can feel like not only can you feel, my bad. Not only can you feel this, but you can see visually through the eyes of the clone as it was fighting. The clone dodging and defensively fighting against Psymisk, who, despite being basically entirely different and having not only dreamer powers, but obviously it's corrupted dreamer energy because these guys don't do nothing good. So he's doing this corrupted nightmare dream magic stuff, but despite all of that, he still fights the same way that he once did when you were teaching him. And so this clone actually successfully plays pretty defensively against it, grabbing as much data on attacks that he has as possible. And obviously this will be usable information later, but you can feel patterns of how he moves based off of the fight with the clone. It's also it also 100% guarantees it to you, yeah, that's definitely your son.
Well, son.
Download complete. Commander Shepard.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Oh shit, that's funny.
So, my first clone has been defeated. My son, oh, I am proud of my boy. My son actually defeated me again. Albeit it was a clone. But that means he's pretty close. And honestly, I feel like we should take care of this problem now before we go into the den of wolves.
I will say that it did seem upon the defeat of the clone, because you rolled a miracle roll, I guess I'll give you this information. He was surprised that not only did you not speak, but that after death you just vanished. Because obviously your philosopher powers you didn't start practicing philosophy until after being imprisoned. So, because it's attached to your divinity. So he had no knowledge of this power set. Upon defeating you, he did realize, oh, that's not the real one. But it was a shock to him. So you said we need to deal with this problem, and before heading in, and Graham turns to you. And he says, "So what's your idea, Lemisk? How do you deal with it?"
Well, I'm pretty old. However, this is my son, and like Cornelius, this is my burden, my sin to carry. So I'm just gonna do what a father should and punish my son. You guys can go on ahead. I'll take it from here.
Okay. Are there any objections to Lemisk doing this?
I'll get out of the way, but I'm gonna stay within vision.
Well, I mean, I would imagine that he would head back up the lift you guys just took down here.
Oh shite. Oh,
Now I was gonna
shit.
say here.
Oh, you're gonna stay here? Oh, you're waiting for him to come down? Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna wait for him to come down pretty old.
Okay.
Actually, guys, I said let me handle it first. Y'all wait in the wings just in case I'm getting my ass kicked by my son. There's no cameras here this time. We'll
That's
take
fair.
this to the
That's fair.
grave. We'll take this one to the grave. Oh, man,
shit.
slap Lake on the back.
I I ask Chronos. Hey Chronos. How about you turn to weapon form and stay behind with Lemisk? I'd feel more comfortable.
Alrighty. And I'm gonna pop weapon form, true form.
Yeah, you can go true form, and Lemisk can access the scythe. He does get the scythe.
I
Start swinging the
throw
scythe
Cronus over
around.
to him, and
Yeah.
let Cronus keep you company, Lemisk.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, the rest of the group, honestly, because it took a while for us to start the session anyways, here's what I'm gonna do here. Because I want this to be a real dungeon experience, you guys, we'll say that you guys do continue ahead to try to solve the puzzle that's on this floor. But what we're going to do is we're going to end this session off with this Lemisk section. To try and, you know, finish that up so that we can fully focus on the dungeon for next session. So, we'll fast forward a little bit and then, you know, go back. So you guys are all, like, you're nearby enough to be there if bad shit goes down. But you are exploring the rest of the floor. It does seem like there is some kind of puzzle here. That is meant to be solved before you can head to level 2. Which is where Graham said that it truly turns into like a pool of monsters. And as you guys are doing this, Lemisk is waiting at the entrance, just sitting there chilling, him and Chronos. And
Can I reach it?
yeah, you can read it. You're technically what you're doing is like nothing. So yeah, and you know your clone up top gets defeated. Roll int to see what information you gain from the defeat of your weaker clone on the next floor up, because we'll fast forward and say that while they're exploring that he just makes it in. You gained the information that he was pretty angry. He was fighting pretty mad. And he got even angrier when he discovered that this was yet another clone. And you know, everybody else is exploring, keeping an eye on what's happening with Lemisk and Chronos, until eventually an individual does appear before Lemisk descending down from the lift. And he sees Lemisk sitting there waiting with a scythe in hand, a giant scythe in hand. And looks at Lemisk and goes, "You another clone?"
Son.
Oh, this one talks. Alright.
Long time no see. You look healthy.
Never better. He says with like a pretty evil smile, admittedly.
Oh? What? What do you want?
What? do you mean, what do I want?
What do you want?
I,
What's up? You want a hug?
what?
You
What?
wanna hug your daddy?
No, I want to kill you.
Oh,
Should have done
nah.
it back in the day.
Yeah, you should have, but you didn't. Now I'm here, and I'm ready to give my big, strong, healthy boy a nice, big hug.
No. I got the scouting report on you. I know what you're trying to do. That little trick you got, you can change the minds of men. I like it. Pretty interesting. I don't know if it'll work on me.
Oh no, I was not gonna use it on you. No, what you deserve is a good, long hug from your father. Because obviously, I didn't give you enough hugs for you to not kill your mom and send me to prison. Now, son, I am proud of what you have accomplished. You have gotten stronger. I can tell you that. You can see that. Obviously. But come on, man. Your mom? For real?
Yeah. I mean,
Trolling.
troll.
But you get that from me. So,
Trolling. I mean, it was I wouldn't call it trolling. It was for gain. There was a reason behind it.
yeah, as I take out my golden gun and shoot.
Oh shit! He doesn't even use the scythe. Hold up. Roll dex. That's actually not bad. We gotta roll a Agi check on Sai here. Oh, he does dodge the bullet as it's shot. And he dodges out of the way. It's pretty close. But he dodges out of the way just barely. And he looks at the bullet as it is fired behind him as it leaves, and he looks back over at you, and he kind of smirks a little bit and looks at you. He goes, honestly, you acted a lot quicker than I thought you would. that was a good attempt. I'll give you that. That was a good attempt. But I got a few questions for you before I get the job done. We don't have to start fighting immediately.
Well, when I asked you what you want, you said you wanted to kill me.
I mean, I do want to kill you. That's true. That is true. But at the end of the day, I mean, you know that I'm not technically here for you. You're just a good little side prize. No, you know that I'm here for those eyes. Same reason your group's here. And also to eliminate a new dreamer. One that shouldn't exist.
Okay, so what are your questions?
So, my question is, one.
I shoot another one.
That will actually catch him off guard. Roll dex plus 20. That's hilarious. That's crazy! Hey, bro. Hey. That's the dice.
That's my son.
Yeah, that's true. You fire as he's about to ask his question, and he barely dodges it. Kinda like he like barely dodges it, moves his head, it almost grazes his shoulder as he's moving. And he smiles again as he looks at you. And he goes, "All right, fine." No need
You
for
knew I was gonna
questions.
tell you anything.
I mean,
I'm not a snitch.
you know what? That is true. That is, hey. I'll give you that. You're right. You're right. You were willing to take 20 years before Forsyth gave the little deal. So you know what? Yeah. I'll give you that. Fine then. And he pulls out his own gun. And he will fire it at you. Admittedly, his dex is a little high. Oh wow. Roll Agi. Or actually, how do you want to respond? That'll impact your roll here. Response?
Response. I'd like to. Ooh, can I do a
Ash Blossom. No.
Can I do
Oh,
a
my
corrupted
backseat.
player? A corrupted player of illusion.
Corrupted Prayer of Illusion. So a Corrupted Prayer of Illusion. You would try to attack his mind. You'd have to roll Dex for it for a reaction check to be able to do it. But if you do that, then you can roll Wisdom and do it.
Okay. Come on.
That wins. That wins. You do that. Go ahead and roll Wisdom for me. And we'll see how strong this attack on his mind is. You cast a Corrupted Prayer of Illusion as he fires this bullet at you. And upon doing so, that means you're going to take the bullet, though, no?
I guess so.
Because you're not technically doing anything to defend against it. You
Honestly, with my agility is pretty low, so I'm pretty sure I was gonna take it anyway.
Okay, that's valid. That's valid. So you cast a Corrupted Prayer of Illusion and send an attack on his mind. I will roll Wisdom for him, which is actually for a Dreamer surprisingly low. Oh wow. But he fares pretty well against it. It does kind of affect his like perception of the world around himself in the sense of everything gets darker. Which might make it harder for him to aim, but it doesn't impact his mind as an attack or like any of the fear effects of it. As this happens, you get hit by the bullet. Go ahead and roll me endurance.
Good thing I did not. Oop, good thing I didn't. Is that a good roll?
Yes. So it's like you're fine from the bullet wound at least.
Okay.
It hits you in the shoulder, and it hurts. Because you took a fucking bullet to the shoulder. But
Yep.
you're still withstanding. You've taken some shots before. It's fine. What will you do now?
How much stamina does that take?
Oh, right. Yes, my bad. No. That's on me. That would take, we'll say 35.
Did it go through flat defense?
Yes, actually, because he has cursed bullets.
Okay.
It would corrupt you, but you're immune to corruption now because you have dream corruption. So what will you do?
Let's see. Can't. Hmm. I'm gonna cast a prayer of misfortune. Wait. Actually, hold on. Let me look at it. This prayer must be a corrupted prayer. Okay, yeah. I'll cast a prayer of misfortune
Mm-hmm.
and take away the flat defense.
Okay. He is wearing like chains around himself. You don't know what those chains do or provide. You don't know if they have some kind of effect, but presumably it would weaken those chains. Roll wisdom for me. This is cinematics. It will determine how. Yep, that is a very strong prayer of misfortune. It does weaken his chains a decent amount. You can see. Only your eyes can see weak points on the chains that seem to have cracks forming throughout them. That begin to form after your casting of this spell. Upon this casting of the spell, Chronos cannot see this, but Chronos, what would you like to do as a weapon,
Could
if anything?
I have a question. Could whatchamacallit, Lemisk, I was trying to think of
Yeah.
the name.
Yes.
If Lemisk were to use me to swing me around, would I be able to use my multi-attack moves?
No.
No, it's
No.
only spells? Alright,
Yeah, it's only
Gotcha.
spells.
gotcha. Well then, all I got is my stuff. Could probably heal the
he-
damage you took from the gunshot.
That,
if anything.
yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Yeah, go ahead and do God's divination. Now, because this is with Lemisk, it is not using your oath, so you don't have your oath effect. I will tell you that. But obviously he gets the benefits of wielding you and what that entails. And you get healed, Lemisk. You get healed. I'm assuming you were using divination for that.
Yes.
Yeah. So you get your stamina full healed, Lemisk. Where it's at now.
Thanks, Chronos.
Your battle's my battle.
Simisk looks over, now realizing that that's a living weapon. And he kind of looks at Chronos and goes, well, 2v1's not really fair, is it?
And neither is killing my wife.
That's... Okay, alright. Still thinking about that. It's been a long time, man. It's been a long time. Long time.
Man, son. Whew. TMI, but your mama, God.
Good God. Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. I'd do it again.
I gotta, yeah, and that's why we gotta handle this. We got to.
We gotta.
We have to. We just have to.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, fine. 2 versus 1. I guess I can avoid playing the games of it. And you see him, you see this, like, somewhat radiant aura appear across his body, this prismatic, just prismatic aura around his body, as he, holds his hand out towards you, and he moves it down, and you are... His wisdom does raise after entering this state, but it's only to 50, so it's still half of yours. But you're gonna go wisdom for wisdom right now. So roll wisdom. Wow, barely passes. He lowers his hand, and as he does, you can feel the gravity around yourself getting heavier. And despite this, you are able to maintain yourself using the prowess of your divinity, your divine power granted upon you from your god and goddess. You feel it kind of envelop yourself and give you the ability to withstand the pressure that is being placed down upon you. Much to his surprise, considering that you're literally being crushed by the weight of gravity.
Well, son, I know you might be surprised. However, in our time apart, I have journeyed across the world on the quest to find God. And what I have found is a new family, love, wisdom, and the balance of the world, of nature, even. The goddess of miracles and the god of corruption have chosen me to be their herald, their messiah. And you, my son, are but another lost sheep for me to shepherd back home.
Heard about your
As I,
powers, but I've never seen. I admit, this is the first I've seen of them.
as I use World of Forms to copy whatever he just did and do it
Oh
better.
shit! Oh shit! Wait. Yeah, he can do that, can't he? Because he can use recreation. Oh fuck. You're gonna. Okay. So, Lemisk, I will tell you that copying what he just did and doing it, you can do that. Like, I saw you just roll wisdom for it. You can do that. Just straight up with the wisdom that you rolled. You will take damage for this. Because it is a power that your body, like... It's a power source your body shouldn't have.
Okay.
So it will hurt when you cast it. I will have him check against it. And he is brought to his knees by the weight of gravity around himself as you lower your hand like he did. And he kind of, like, you can tell he's, like, shocked by what you just did. And upon you doing it, I will say that you will lose, like 80 stamina. It's just straight up, this shit hurts. And you'll lose 50 mental.
Okay.
But he's shocked as he's brought to his knees by you recreating his power using the power of your god. And you can tell he's, like, visibly angry. And
There's some blood coming out of my mouth.
of course, yeah.
I wipe it off and smile at my son, give him a little wink and a smooch. I love you, son. Daddy's home.
We put in all this effort to try to become gods, and you cheat and use our tricks. Okay. Alright. Fine. Is there anything you would like to do, Chronos, before Simesk does what he's about to do?
Dark Slash.
Let's see. Dark Slash. You mean Dark Saber? Oh, Dark Slash. No,
No.
Dark Slash. Yeah. Dark Slash you can do. That's the,
Energy
yeah.
Wave.
Energy Wave. Yeah. Yeah, you can, you can do that. Lemisk that would count as Lemisk swinging you, but we'll just say that he does. And you roll strength for me, Mercy. Simesk cannot endure this because he's currently being, like, held by the weight of gravity, so, like, he's held in place. Holy fuck. Wait, Lemisk is swinging you.
Miracle roll?
Yeah, that is technically how that interaction should work. That is. Oh wow. Okay. Well,
Got us the
we'll say
miracles.
we'll say for the theatrics of it that is how that works. Because I think it's cool. So you hold on to Chronos with both hands, and as you do, the power that you just used flows between both of you, kind of connecting you for a moment. A power that hits Chronos and reminds him of Lake somewhat. And you begin charging Chronos in your hand as Chronos begins getting ready to cast Dark Slash as you slash him. And as you do, the hands of your god and goddess appear over yours, taking hold of Chronos in your hands. And for a moment, those who can sense the power of dreamers sense for a moment that Lemisk has become one, as he lifts it up and sends this slash barreling towards Cymisk, cutting clean through and hitting him across the chest. Not killing him, but it hits him and then comes out the other side, leaving a very large scar on his body. And as this happens, Chronos and Lemisk both feel recoil as they fall, releasing the gravity hold on Cymisk. But you guys just blew him the fuck up. Cymisk, I will roll endurance for. Now, he has pretty high endurance. However, he was weakened, so let me actually lower that by 20. Oh, that's not lowering, that's adding 70. Okay, no way he just went band for band. Okay, hold on. So, after being hit by this slash, Cymisk, who was forced on his knees, looks over at both of you.
And this is minus 20?
His is normally 90.
Whoa!
Yeah. So he begins to slowly work his way back up. Unable to use his arms, obviously. He looks over at you with like actual disgust and anger on his face. This shit is not a game to him anymore. And he, like, his eye is twitching as he looks at you. And he rushes towards you to do an attack while you are taking the recoil from casting a Dreamer level spell back at him using Recreation. What will you do as you see him charging at you?
Can I call in Renekton?
Oh god, he's calling in the reinforcements, buddy. So yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Actually,
Or I mean, if not, that's cool.
I
haven't been using followers because
you haven't been using followers. That's true, but I think because we're in the underworld, we'll say that like obviously you'd be able to use them if this was like combat, but for the like actual lore, they're not there.
Okay, so that's fine. Well then I will. Let's see. I'm gonna cast a prayer of shielding on myself.
Prayer
Well,
of
I guess on
shielding.
both me and
Chronos.
Chronos.
Yeah. Roll Dex for reaction. And I will roll.
Miracle roll.
No fucking. There's no way. I'm not even gonna roll as Agi. I'm not gonna roll as Agi. I'm not gonna, because you just double miracle rolled in my face. So he is charging at you, and as he is, you work your way back up to your feet, and raise your hand to the sky to call upon the power of your goddess for the prayer of shielding. And as you do, you gain both effects of it, obviously, for the theatrics of it. So he runs at you, and you see the aura around him grow bigger and bigger till the point where it's kind of enveloping the area you're in. Now everybody is taking note of at this point, everybody has taken note of the fight and is actively watching, because this guy is, to their knowledge, they think that he's still a threat, as he runs towards Lemisk with this power behind him and jumps in the air before landing towards Lemisk with his leg outstretched to do a kick. However, Lemisk, using the knowledge of his clone, knowing the patterns of how Psymisk fights physically, as well as using the gift granted upon him from his goddess, he throws his hand into the air, and as he does, a shield the size of Psymisk's aura that is enveloping the room kind of, I guess, wraps around Lemisk, like it's like armor, I guess, but it's ethereal, and it just coats over his body, and it's just like its own aura. And it, as Psymisk launches his kick into you, it begins getting absorbed by this ethereal presence around yourself granted to you by the goddess. And Psymisk's attack does nothing as he reaches you and then is repelled out by the shield around you and jumps backwards. Realizing that his attack did literally nothing to you, he gets even angrier. But it seems like his aura is as big as it'll get. It's as strong as it'll become. So, you have the ability to do something here. Now that no, you do not get that. You get the photo, but it's not like a great picture. But you have the ability to make a move here while he's recovering from being bounced back by the shield.
How's his mental?
His mental, that's a good question. You haven't really, I guess he's kind of more like, he's really physically damaged, but his mental is pretty good right now.
Okay, well, okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go on to prime time.
Fuck, he's casting the prime time. Roll me an endurance roll, buddy. Yeah, it was okay. But if you'd have done it again, I'd have freaked out. All right, so, oh yeah, you can revert the negative stats that you have currently, by the way. You could have been done that. My bad. I forgot to remind you. But yeah, so you will be getting a singular off of that roll. You will get only one from prime time that you can choose.
Okay.
So one for 1.5x. Whatever that may be. After you cast prime time, is there anything you would like to do, Chronos?
I would like to ask Lemis to run up and throw me while he's still recovering
Oh shit.
towards I.
Ooh. And Chronos, and I just gained my strength back from when I was in my prime. You know what? I like the way you think, nephew. So I plant my feet on the ground as if I'm in an Olympic um hammer thrower,
Mm.
and I put all of my strength into this throw, and I throw Chronos.
Roll strength.
I got another thing after this roll. See how far I
Yes.
go.
100's solid. He's not super far from you. So you throw Chronos in the air and he begins speeding towards Psymisk. Chronos, what do you want to do while you're in the air?
I'm gonna untransform and use the light from the transformation to hit him.
Oh, fuck.
To hit him while he's like blinded by the light or whatever.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Wait, which form are you doing?
I was going to like dismiss my true form and use the
Oh,
light from the dismissing to blind
yes.
him and hit him
Because you have
while he's
yeah.
disoriented.
Because you have the yeah. Yeah, I guess that prevents him from doing the agi roll. Yeah. That'll work. So what do you want to hit him with?
Fuck it. Let's hit him. Let's like I guess like command grab in the form of like flavored as tackling him to the ground.
Okay.
While,
Do you want it to
whatchamacallit,
be overwhelming might?
what was that one? Where did I put that
That's
one?
the one you just mastered.
Oh yeah. You just said the first part. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that one.
All right. So
Give
as
Lemis time to run out.
as you untransform in the air after being thrown by Lemisk, and Lemisk begins running up behind you, you transform in the nature of your forms, creating effects on the world around you and being connected to Lemisk. You create this dazzling, blinding light in front of Psymisk as he begins to react to the throw and you untransforming, and then he's blinded and cannot dodge you appearing from above him with your hand and grasping his skull and slamming him to the dirt in front of you. And as this happens, Lemisk rushes forward behind you. What do you do, Lemisk?
I'm going to Seraph of the Goddess. And go ahead and do my dex and my wisdom.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna punch him.
I'm gonna punch him.
I'm gonna punch him right in the stomach.
Just punch? You're just gonna punch him?
Yeah, I'm just gonna punch him real good.
Okay, punch him real good. You run up and you punch him in the stomach as he's being brought to the ground by Chronos. And as this happens, you guys, everybody around notices his this prismatic energy, the dreamer energy that was around him, begin to get smaller as this hit connects with him, and he is let go of by Chronos. As the hit connects with him, launching him back into a few walls of a few buildings that are directly in front of you guys. Before kind of making his way up, I will see how. I'll say he's weaker now, so it's down by 20 again. Yeah, he struggles to get back up, so he's like barely able to make his way back up after this hit, and you can tell that he's somewhat delirious, but very angry. And he looks at you guys. He's very obviously weaker because his aura has shrunk. But he looks at you guys, no words, just pure murderous intent. As he takes a deep breath, and then he stomps on the ground, sending a shockwave throughout it that everybody can feel. But nobody else is partaking in the fight besides these two, so you're not going to take any potential damage from it. But the shockwaves are targeting you guys specifically and create actual ripples in the earth under you that begin to knock you around. What would you like to do?
Hmm. Uh, I would like to cast a World of Forms.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll just cast a regular World of Forms on him as he's doing that, and like I'm trying to like jump away.
Okay, this
Type.
is going to be a pretty hard agi check first off, so roll agi. Chronos, what would you like to do in this time?
I was gonna dodge and basically do the same thing.
Okay. Agi's
So.
good for you, so also roll agi. You're probably fine because you're not trying to do something else. Yeah, you're good. And then Lemisk is not able to jump away. Roll wisdom, and we'll see if your wisdom roll is strong enough for you to cast that while still taking the hit. Yeah, we'll allow that because you have prime or seraph on your wisdom. So you cast World of Forms on Misk, creating ethereal versions of yourself that attack his mind directly as he hits you with these shockwaves that envelop over you and wash over you like real waves, dealing a surprising amount of damage. And you guys both kind of trade, ending both your attacks as they hit, dealing 50 stamina damage to you, Lemisk.
Okay, true damage.
No. These ones are not true damage. The shockwaves are not true damage. So you're good on that.
Okay.
The flat defense does work here. And he takes mental damage from it and gets caught off guard by the attack. Chronos, what will you do since you're the only one here that's not like encumbered by something?
We're both on the ground now, I'd imagine.
Yeah. I mean, at most you're like on the rooftop of a building. So.
Am I close to Lemisk? What do you say?
I'd say you guys split up decently far by the shockwave thing.
I'm just gonna try and get closer back into the fight.
Okay.
Around there.
I mean, yeah, we can say that you just move back towards the fight and make it back in. That's fine. Roll Agi Lemisk. You're gonna do a competitive Agi roll with Misk to see who makes the first action here.
Roll what? Roll what?
Agi.
Agi. Oh. I don't beat this.
Gotcha. So Misk recovers first from the attack that was placed upon his mind, and he looks very labored as he charges towards you again. And this time he does get an attempt to kick you.
Okay, Broly.
He does get an attempt to kick you. However, Chronos can respond here as he kicks Lemisk.
Can I just protect Lemisk?
Yeah, you could.
Can I eat the hit for
You
him?
could eat the hit.
Yeah, I'll eat the hit.
You jump in front of him as he's about to get hit by this kick from Misk, and the kick hits you instead, Chronos. Roll endurance for me, and I will roll strength for how good of a hit this is.
Ooh.
Oh, that shit hurts. So Simisk comes down on you with this kick and hits you directly in the chest as you get in front of Lemisk to protect him from the oncoming hit. And you just straight up take 100 from this kick. And it knocks you back into Lemisk, which doesn't do anything. It's just for theatrics, but it knocks you into Lemisk, and Lemisk kind of falls back a little himself as well. As you're both caught off guard by the fact that was still pretty strong, despite how weakened he is right now. So, Lemisk, what will you do?
We're gonna cast Dual Symphony.
There it is. There it is. Dual Symphony. Pay your stamina. Pay your mental. And you know what? Roll wisdom for me. Okay. That was just to see if you'd get a miracle roll that lets you get both effects. Instead, we'll flip a coin. 1 will be your goddess. 2 will be your god. 2 is your god of corruption.
I haven't had this one. I've never gotten this one before.
No, you've only gotten the goddess. So, I would imagine that in this instance you're taking you're gonna 2x your strength.
Hold on. Allows you to upload. If you do not choose it, take. I think I want to just I want to spam misfortunes on them.
Well, the misfortunes is an effect that you guaranteed get, and then you can choose to do the other stuff.
Oh.
One or the other.
I see. You can also choose either games
or would you like to summon? Do you want to summon the god, or do you want to use it as an aspect? Because you're only looking at the aspect part right now.
Yeah, I'll summon it.
You'll summon it straight up. You won't take the aspect effect. Okay.
Hold on. I'm reading. Hold on. You can choose it. Fuck it, yeah.
Summon it as an illusion?
Summon him.
Alright. So a dark, corrupted being appears looming over Simisk, kind of stemming from your back a little bit. It seems as if it is an extension of yourself. This giant dark being looms over Simisk, giving everybody in the vicinity the feeling of like a corrupted god, something that Lake knows very well. And it looms down upon Simisk and asks Lemisk what it wishes for him to do.
I want you to take away, to punish you, my son. I will allow the god of corruption to feast on another lost soul.
Roll a D100 for me. This actually does matter. It's not just for a miracle check. Yeah, that'll work. As you say that, he turns from looking to you to looking back at Simisk, and you see him merge with Simisk's body for a moment, and envelop himself around Psymisk. And everybody watches as this prismatic aura around himself is eaten and slowly turned into something nightmarish before Psymisk himself becomes one with the corrupted god, as he is too weak to fight back and is eaten and consumed to make the corrupted god's power stronger.
Well,
And Psymisk is no more, as your god looks at you, nods, waves, and then disappears, receding back into your back.
I pick up Chronos. Now his mom doesn't get to see her boy turn out like that.
And
Rest in peace.
as this happens, the session ends. And that's it. Yeah, somewhat shorter, but we started later, so it is what it is. All right, next session, dungeon session, and maybe Avalon will see.
Dungeon session.
Who knows?
Like,
anyways.
subscribe, comment, all the things.
Yep, all of that, all of that. Anything you guys want to leave them with?
You guys have a good week.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh my god. If
Keep
this was your,
hustling, that shit'll happen.
if this was your favorite Lamisk episode, put a 1 in the comments.
That's true. All right.
True.
Well,
One.
that's it. Goodbye.